Hey everyone! Have you ever wondered what it's like to live through truly difficult times when your country is fighting for its freedom and even your own dreams seem impossible? What if you had to be incredibly brave just to survive another day? Today, we're talking about a book that dives deep into those feelings and stories. It's called Beasts of a Little Land by Juhea Kim. This book isn't just a story. It's a journey through a powerful and often heartbreaking time in Korean history. It shows us how people found love, hope, and incredible strength even when everything around them was changing. It's about how even in the hardest moments, our connections to each other and our own inner beasts, our courage and spirit can keep us going. Juhea Kim, the amazing writer of this book, was born in Incheon, Korea, and moved to Portland, Oregon, when she was 9 years old. Her own family stories and her love for art and nature deeply inspired her. Beasts of a Little Land is her very first novel, and it's already being loved by people all over the world. She has a special way of telling stories that makes history feel alive and personal, exploring big ideas through the everyday lives and feelings of her characters. Who are these beasts? This story has so many unforgettable people, each trying to find their way. First, there's Jade. She starts as a poor, kind girl who makes a huge sacrifice for her family. She grows up to be a famous dancer and actress, always searching for true love and meaning. Then we have JungHo. He's a brave orphan who grows up on the streets, but he has the spirit of a tiger hunter inside him, just like his father. He becomes a fighter for his country's freedom. Lotus is Jade's best friend. She's a talented singer, full of life, who dreams of love and happiness, but faces many challenges along the way. Her older sister, Luna, is very beautiful but quiet. She goes through a lot of pain and tries to make a safe and modern life for her daughter. Danny is their elegant aunt, a very smart and powerful woman in Seoul. She supports the independence fighters in secret, using her charm and connections. Hachol is a hard-working young man who starts as a rickshaw driver. He's ambitious and loves Jade, but he also has to make tough choices about his future and family. Maingbo is a wise and kind activist who believes deeply in a free and fair Korea. He becomes JungHo's mentor and guides him in the fight for independence. And finally, there are two Japanese officers, Yamada Genzo and Ito Atsuo. Yamada has a secret past with JungHo's father and learns about kindness in surprising ways. Ito is wealthy and powerful, and he sees the world in a very different, often cold, way. Their lives are all like different threads in a big, colorful tapestry, constantly crossing and influencing each other. Our story mostly takes place in Korea, between 1917 and 1965. Imagine a time when Korea was called Joseon and it was under Japanese rule. It's a period of great change, struggle, and a yearning for freedom. The core idea of this book is to show us what it was like for ordinary people to live through this extraordinary time. How do you find joy, love, and courage when your country isn't truly your own? How do you protect the people you care about when danger is everywhere? It's a story about the personal strength, the beasts within, that allows these characters to survive and even flourish in a land that feels too small for their dreams. Let's dive into the story itself, like turning the pages of an old photo album. Act 1. Seeds of Destiny, 1917 to 1919. Our story opens with a quiet scene in the mountains in 1917. A hunter, JungHo's father, almost freezes while hunting. He sees a baby tiger, but remembers his father's wise words, "Never kill a tiger unless you have to." Soon after, a Japanese officer named Yamada, lost in the snow, finds the hunter and saves his life. This creates a secret, important connection between them. Meanwhile, a young girl named Jade, only 10 years old, must leave her poor village. Her mother takes her to a beautiful but strict courtesan house in a city called Pyongyang. Jade chooses to become an apprentice courtesan, knowing it's her only way to help her family and escape a difficult life. Here, she meets Luna and Lotus, two sisters who become very important to her. Luna is beautiful but sad, and Lotus, full of mischief, quickly becomes Jade's best friend. But trouble soon strikes. Luna suffers a terrible event caused by a powerful Japanese officer. To keep her safe, her aunt Danny, a glamorous courtesan from Seoul, takes Luna, Lotus, and Jade to live with her in the big city. In Seoul, Jade secretly befriends JungHo, a tough street boy who is trying to survive with his gang of friends. They find comfort in talking about big dreams and even how to free an elephant from the zoo like they want to be free themselves. But their friendship is forbidden by Danny, who believes JungHo is not good enough for Jade. The year 1919 brings a huge moment, the March 1st movement. Koreans march peacefully for independence, but they're met with Japanese soldiers and guns. Many people are hurt, and some of our characters get caught up in the struggle, fighting for what they believe in. Act 2, Paths of Love and Courage, 1925 to 1945. As the years go by, everyone grows up. Jade and Lotus become famous performers, captivating audiences with their singing and dancing. Lotus becomes the mistress of a powerful theater director, dreaming of a happy life. JungHo, now older and wiser, becomes a strong leader of his street gang, but he also works secretly with Maengbo, a kind and principled activist, to fight for Korea's freedom. Maengbo teaches JungHo to read and write, and helps him understand the bigger fight for a fair world. JungHo makes big sacrifices, always remembering Jade. Jade, meanwhile, falls deeply in love with a kind rickshaw driver named Hachol. She sees his ambition and potential and selflessly helps him pay for university and build a better future. They share a beautiful, secret love. But Hachol, wanting to climb the social ladder, eventually breaks Jade's heart. He chooses to marry a rich, suitable woman, putting his ambition before his love for Jade. Life becomes even harder with the start of World War II. Danny, the elegant aunt, falls very sick with a secret illness. Jade cares for her, selling her precious jewels to buy food and medicine. Danny wants to see the men she once loved one last time, but they don't come. JungHo is sent on dangerous missions for independence. In a surprising turn, he meets the Japanese officer Yamada again, who, remembering Jungho's father's past kindness, helps JungHo escape after a dangerous mission. It's a powerful reminder of how small acts of kindness can have a huge impact. Act 3, New Land, Old Scars, 1945 to 1965. Finally, in 1945, Korea is free. But this new freedom brings new struggles. Maengbo, the activist, is tragically arrested by his own countrymen and dies in prison, a sad end for someone who fought so hard for justice. Lotus, Jade's friend, is found in a bad way, dealing with addiction and left by her powerful lover. Jade rushes to save her, paying off Lotus's debts and helping her heal. Lotus gets a chance for a new life in America, eagerly leaving Korea to start fresh. Luna, now a mother, builds a good life for her daughter in America, showing how some characters find their happily ever after far from home. Hachol, the rickshaw driver Jade once loved, becomes incredibly successful, owning a big car factory and building a family. He's achieved all his dreams of wealth and status. But JungHo, who dedicated his life to independence, is arrested by the new Korean government, accused of being a communist. He's paraded through the streets, mocked and stoned. Jade sees him, heartbroken, but he gives her a tiny shake of his head, a silent message to stay safe. JungHo, the righteous tiger, is eventually executed for his beliefs. Heartbroken and alone after so much loss, Jade makes a brave choice. She sells her home and moves to Jeju Island, a magical place where she can become a haenyeo, a sea woman who dives into the ocean for food. In the calming, endless blue of the sea, Jade finally finds peace. She learns to let go of the pain, holding on to only the beautiful memories of her life and the love she experienced. She becomes Seoul Granny to the villagers, a wise woman who has lived through everything. Her journey reminds us that even after the deepest sorrows, life continues, and we can find new ways to be strong and happy. This book is filled with beautiful ideas and symbols that make the story even richer. Resilience and survival. No matter what happens, war, poverty, betrayal, or heartbreak, the characters always find a way to keep going. It's about the incredible strength inside us. Love and sacrifice. We see all kinds of love. The deep, true love between Jade and Hachol. The fierce friendship between Jade and Lotus. The patriotic love for one's country. And the protective love of a mother. Sometimes, these loves require great sacrifice. Identity and class. Characters often struggle with who they are and who society wants them to be. Like Jade, who starts as a poor girl but becomes a courtesan and then an actress, navigating different worlds. Tigers, these majestic animals are a powerful symbol in the book. JungHo's name even means righteous tiger. They represent strength, wildness, ancient traditions, and sometimes a wild, untamed spirit that refuses to be broken. Water the sea. Water is everywhere in this story, especially the ocean. For Jade, at the end of her journey, the sea brings healing, change, and a new beginning. It's where she lets go of her past pains. Small objects, things like JungHo's father's cigarette case or his mother's ring become precious reminders of family, memory, and courage. This book has so many powerful lines that stay with you. Here are two that really stood out. First, from JungHo, when he's talking about facing danger, you get one clear chance at giving into it or refusing. And I've said no every time. I don't know why, but the more reasons I have to die, the less I want to give in. Even when the sky is falling down, even when no one will miss you, life is still better than death. This quote shows JungHo's incredible spirit and will to live. Even when life is at its darkest, and it feels like no one cares, he chooses to say no to giving up. It's a powerful message about holding on to hope and fighting for your life, no matter what. And from Jade, when she's thinking about her love, if I were to come back in another life, I would find you and marry you. Even if I don't come back, and I'm stuck somewhere in the eternal twilight, or heaven or hell, I will float around, looking for you. This is such a beautiful and emotional line. It shows how deep and strong Jade's love is, even after heartbreak. It's a love that feels like it could last forever, beyond this life, proving that some connections are truly unbreakable. So, what can we take away from Beasts of a Little Land for our own lives? It teaches us that people are incredibly strong. Even when facing huge challenges, we can find courage and keep going. It reminds us that love and friendship are powerful gifts. They can help us through the toughest times and make us feel like we're not alone. And it shows us the importance of following our hearts and standing up for what we believe is right, even when it's scary. For me, this book was a beautiful reminder that even in the big, complicated stories of history, it's the small, personal moments of love, loss, and bravery that truly matter. It made me think about the incredible strength we all have inside us, and how we choose to use it. Now, while Beasts of a Little Land is a truly amazing book, it's important to mention a few things that some readers might find challenging. First, it's a very sad and tragic story at times. Many characters go through intense suffering and loss, and it can be quite emotional to read. So, it might not be the easiest read if you're looking for something light and happy. Also, because it's set in a very specific historical period with lots of political details, some parts of the story might feel a bit complex or dense, especially if you're not familiar with Korean history. The book doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of the time. But I truly believe these aspects make the book even more powerful and real. So, after hearing about Jade, JungHo, and all the beasts of this little land, what do you think is the most important thing to remember when times are tough? Is it love? Courage? The belief in a better future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more deep dives into wonderful books. Thanks for watching and happy reading.